Team KUAM's annual Holiday Cookie Exchange. Brought to you by Devondale and Hanum. Special thanks to Disatani Guam Resort.
Hey y'all, thanks for joining us for this round of our cookie exchange. And we're at the Disatani Resort in Tumon. Joining me is pastry chef Katie. So Katie, what are we mixing up today?
Today we are going to make peppermint chocolate clouds. It's a very simple recipe. I've been making it for years. It's very few ingredients and you can modify it and change it up to your liking. So it's a really easy recipe.
Okay, let's see how it's done.
All right, so right here we have 4 egg whites. And you're just gonna put them into a KitchenAid mixer with the whisk attachment. So you just wanna go on medium speed.
What are we looking for here while we're mixing this up?
This, you wanna wait until it gets kind of foamy. You can't really see the yellow of the egg whites anymore. And when we get to that stage, it'll start turning white and the bubbles will get kind of small, and then we can start adding the sugar. So now you can see most of it's pretty foamy. It's mostly the white foam now, so you can go ahead and slowly add the sugar. You don't want to add it too fast because that'll break down the egg whites, and you don't want to do that because you just did all of that work whipping the air into it. This is 1 cup of sugar, so 4 egg whites and 1 cup of sugar. This you want to just whip until it's about medium to stiff peaks, and the way you can test that is either you can turn the mixer off and like put your finger in there and see what like the peak looks like off of your finger, or you can just take the whip out or put a spatula in there and just see what the peak looks like. Okay. And that's how you determine if they're ready to go or not.
All right.
So like if I were to stop it right now, you can see that it's not really holding a peak. So it's falling flat, so that we know it's not quite ready yet. So we'll keep going.
There we have it.
That's standing upright, so we're good to go on that. So you just want to make sure, get all of the egg whites off of there. We have here a 1/4 cup of sifted cocoa powder, and it's best if you can find high quality cocoa powder, but even if it's just like Hershey's or something like that, it's still okay. It'll still taste delicious. This one we're just lucky enough to have a really high quality cocoa powder. So while I still have a little bit of white in here, I'm gonna add the chocolate chips before, because I don't want to over mix it because that'll also cause the egg whites to deflate. Right. So this is 6 ounces of mini chocolate chips. And then when we're almost there with the egg whites being mixed in, we're gonna take a little bit of peppermint extract. And this is about 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a little splash. You don't wanna add too much because it's very overpowering. But yeah, it smells good, right?
It's delicious.
So that's
Christmas.
Exactly, that's what gives it its little Christmas feel. So this is good for kids to leave out for Santa and his reindeer to come. What I like to do is use an ice cream scoop because you can get more consistent sizes. But if you don't have a small ice cream scoop, then you can just use a teaspoon measure, or you can pipe it. And you're just gonna scoop them. And you can either use a Silpat or just paper, wax paper. Don't use foil, but either Silpat or wax paper or parchment paper. And all you're gonna do is just scoop them like that. And doesn't matter how the distance that you put each like an scoop? 1.5 inches. They don't spread too much. Right. And so that's all it is you just scoop them, and then you're gonna put them into a 325-degree oven for about 20 minutes. This is the finished product, and if you want to, you could drizzle them with chocolate and then put some colored sprinkles on it to make it a little bit more festive, and maybe so that people would know that there's peppermint in it. You could put crushed up candy canes on top, something like that. So, should we try them out? Yes. Would you like to try it out with some milk? Why not? I mean, it is the time of year. Santa always expects his cookies with a glass of milk on the side. Exactly. We've got some delicious Devondale milk. Okay. Cheers. Cheers. Wow. Very light. Very delicious. You feel like you can eat a lot of them because they're very light. And you get that little bit of peppermint. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this recipe. It's very delicious, and I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy having this as part of their menu this holiday season. Thank you for coming. All right. Thank you.
Team KUAM's annual Holiday Cookie Cookie Exchange. Brought to you by Devondale and Hanum. Special thanks to Disatani Guam Resort.